my question is basically dealing with the community.
Okay.
I notice I see a lot of the officers going around delivering eviction notices and stuff like that. I'm not too sure what the sheriff's functions are. My main topic is this. I had a recent experience of being downtown in Central Bookings, okay? I was there for a short time, but when I was there, all I saw was young, 19,
wow.
18, 20-year-old young men
sad.
Incarcerated. And the fact that I was there and I had a chance to be around them, what are we trying to do to prevent these young men from doing this? I mean, the community outreach, dealing with these young people, because they have nothing to do. All they do is stand in the corners. They get drawn into selling drugs. They get drawn into these crowds, these gangs. What is the sheriff's department willing to do to help prevent these young men from ending up in Central Bookings?
Well, one of the things I've talked about in my plan is creating programs. The cadet program is one of those things that we can help young men. When we help young men to hire them and bring them in and introduce them to professional law enforcement, that bodes well for our community. Junior cadet program to make sure that we connect with young men. When I was growing up, we saw police officers in the boys center. We can't meet kids in the boys centers anymore. We got to go where they are. We got to go to the corners, the basketball courts. We have to be where they are to talk to them and make sure that we are engaging them. And part of the program that I want to implement is also getting churches involved, giving young men and women that spiritual connection to the local churches and all. So that's some of the things I think we can do and to help our young folks out.
Great. Last week when we were talking about poverty breeding crime. Now, the other day I was driving across Biddle Street. And when you go from Biddle Street from, I believe, Washington to Edison, there's an open drug market. But most of the people out there selling drugs, they aren't young men. They're older men. They're in their 30s, 40s, and 50s out there.
Wow.
But the young men don't have any apprenticeship programs. There is no trade schools. We don't have trade schools anymore. And I was showing you the certified payroll that I had, where I had to pay men $50.14 an hour on a prevailing wage scale job in 2003. And I showed this to you, David, to say that the illegal aliens working on state, federal, and city-funded projects should be removed. They should not be working on these projects. American citizens, people with green cards, yes. But if you have undocumented workers working, that is a part of a problem in this city. And we have a hands-off policy on Hispanics as per the mayor and city council, which is unconstitutional. It violates the Constitution. It violates Maryland law. It violates Maryland law. It violates the United States law. And it needs to be enforced so young black men can be put back to work in this city.